Hey y'all, so we're gonna do a video on supposedly this person had an interview with an interviewer about pro-life and she didn't like what the person was saying. I guess she didn't like what the person was saying. I'm trying to fix the camera. I guess she didn't like what the person was saying, so so I think she basically did what she wanted, and I'm gonna look at it. We're gonna have our own little opinion on it too, y'all. So let's see what everybody is talking about.
You have a channel?
Yeah, we're doing some interviews today.
I love your skin tone too.
Of course. Awesome. So we're asking people's opinion today on Planned Parenthood. Are you familiar with them?
Yes.
Okay. And do you know what they provide?
Yes. Abortion.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't like how she
Abortion.
speaks. I don't like how she talks.
Yeah.
Do you know any other services that they provide?
I know, like, to teens, if you're under 18, you could get like birth control, condoms, counseling. They offer
At least she knows a little bit of what's going on.
beneficial
She's not
things
just
that
speaking to
the
speak.
youth really should use right now.
Okay. So you have a pretty positive view of Planned Parenthood.
I mean, majority. I don't know. Is this like a yes or no? Am I
It's
wrong?
your opinion.
But yeah, that is definitely my opinion. I feel like,
It's definitely her
especially as
opinion. No one
teens,
should
people get caught up in
down
things that they
somebody's
really don't want to
opinion.
commit to for their entire lives. So, if you get caught up with the wrong guy, you think you're in love, and then now you stuck.
There was
You're
not
stuck, but
like
you're
you
stuck
know what you did.
with a baby.
You know what you
For
did.
the
In my
rest of,
opinion, you know
this
what you did.
time, literally the rest of their lives and your life, if you're that kind of mother, because some women just don't have it in them and they abandon them and abuse them and all kind of shit. And it's like, girl, just get rid of it if you know you're gonna do that.
Get rid of them. Why not just give them to another family? That's good.
No, but exactly, even that, and that's another option that Planned Parenthood.
I had to stop. I don't like how she says, so just get rid of it. Like, why would you say, so just get rid of it? Like, I personally don't have to have the same opinion as everyone else. I personally feel like everybody have their own personal choice. If that's something you want to do, that's your personal choice. Is it right to me? That's my personal opinion. Is it right to you? That's your personal opinion. I don't feel like we should be telling people what they should and should not do with their own body, even if it's something this horrible, because this could be horrible to you, to others. This could be a way out. You do not know exactly what it is. This is my opinion, people. You don't know what's exactly they're going to do. So I feel like it's an option. I do not feel like this should be your main option. Do that make sense? I hope it makes sense what I'm saying. So let's get back to it.
Don't forget, so it's like, if you know that you are not the being who can provide for this child, then there are alternatives.
I'm looking at the sign above her
So
head.
I think
I'm from here.
Space
This is Lily's Avenue. This is
safe
New York. This is hard New
for
York. This is
women,
where I'm
especially
born and raised.
teens, Black and
Obviously, I'm
Latina
not here no
teens,
more.
especially
But
because it's free.
this is actually
You
my
can
home.
call them, go to them. I know because I've worked with the Children's Aid Society for a long time, so
I
we
did
kind
too. I referenced
of
the
aligned with
Aid
them. But yeah, I feel like if, as a woman, pro-choice is your option, because men, if they want to just get up and go, they can, honestly.
They shouldn't, but
They shouldn't. They
Definitely
never should.
shouldn't.
I grew up with two sets of grandparents and my parents, and please, everybody,
She was very
lives,
lucky.
like,
She was
happily
definitely
ever
very
after,
lucky.
But nobody else, not nobody else, but a lot of people do not experience the same kind of
This is the
lifestyle of
fact.
childhood that I grew
This
up
is
with,
the
having two
actual fact.
parents and grandparents and people to look up to and things like that. So
Yes.
I definitely understand why people do abort children. Don't have babies that you don't want. Don't have babies that men are
Don't
telling
get
you in
pregnant.
front of your face
By
that they do
people
not
you
want.
do not plan
I
to
wish
have
more
a
would stop
child.
doing that.
I
Not just
hate
like
this.
a plan.
I
to-
hate
they
this.
just
I really
why don't
hate.
they just stop having sex?
I really hate when people say don't have babies from people you don't want. How about we don't have sex with people we don't see a future with? If you don't see a future with this person, if you don't see that person aligning with what you believe in, you probably shouldn't even be with the person. I'm so sorry. Like, I feel like I'm very both sides when it comes to how I feel on how stuff is ran, how stuff is spoke upon, if that makes sense. It's the fact, like, I understand men's side and I understand women's side when it comes to a lot of stuff. And I feel like if you do not see this person as your child mother, you probably should leave him alone. If you do not see this man as your child father, you probably should leave him alone. Y'all have to look beyond the moments. I feel like everybody needs to look beyond the moments. And if you are not capable of doing that at that time, you probably shouldn't be doing it. This is just my opinion. This is my opinion. And we're going to get back to this. These are my opinions. Everybody have their own opinion. Of course, I would love to hear your opinions. Even if my opinion seems wrong to you, it's my opinion. You get what I'm saying? It's mine. So, you know, and we ain't going to fight about it. But that's my opinion.
Sex with people they don't want to have a child with.
That too. Or just don't have unprotected sex. You know, be smarter about your choices. Get on birth control. There's so many options, especially if you're like a teenager, especially in New York City.
Okay.
Children's Day
Especially
Society,
in New York
please
City,
reach
yeah.
out to them. They do a lot of
They
free
have
counseling,
condoms
a
in
lot
the
of
train
free
station.
clinical
They
work,
trying to keep them
STD checks, abortion, all kind of things that you can go to, speak to someone about if you aren't really sure before making the final decision. But to me, it's always pro-choice, your body, your life, because that baby is gonna be a baby.
It's a baby.
Yeah, and you're gonna have that baby
person.
forever. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, do you know that Planned Parenthood gets nearly $700 million of our taxpayer money every year?
That's a
700
lot.
million. I mean, honestly, I can't go against Planned Parenthood. I just can't.
Okay.
I just
Do
can't.
you think that's a lot of money?
I mean, I wouldn't say it's a lot of money because if we're being honest, Elon Musk, he can literally stop world hunger twice.
Sure, but we're talking about
Still
Planned
has
Parenthood, they could stop world hunger. I mean, $700 million a year. Imagine if you made $700 million a year, where you'd be at in a decade.
$700 million for how many single mothers?
Of our money. But they're not giving it to single mothers.
They're
though.
not giving single mothers.
I mean, if we're gonna just, single out where it is that our tax dollars go, then the police, respectfully. They beat on us I'm a black person, as black people, they beat on us, they murder us, abuse us even now with Trump pushing the immigration deportation. That's bull because
Okay, y'all, I have another opinion. When it comes to the cops, I think just like Planned Parenthood, every tax-paying job, there should be a report. There should be a report every year. I feel like there should be a report. If there's a report on Planned Parenthood, there should be a report on police. There should be a report on housing. There should be a report on everything so we can know what exactly needs to be fixed, what exactly needs to be left alone. I agree with her to that point. I feel like if we're gonna have reports, let's report everything. Them potholes we supposedly paying for, I would need a report. The cops, I would need a report. Fire department, I would need a report. At this point, schools, I'm going to need a report. We're going to need a report. This is, again, my opinion. I feel like we should have a report on everything, not just one thing. I know this has nothing to do with, but she brought it up. I feel like we do need to have a report on everything.
there's people who are here who have been immigrants 55 years, who work every single day, get up, provide for their families, and haven't seen their own parents in 30 years. And now they come to this country, they build a better life, they can't even make it to go back home. Like, now they're gonna get deported, they gotta leave their children. Like, it's so extensive. There are so many other issues that we need to worry about as far as women's bodies and their rights. It's crazy. But as far as being a woman in any city or any state or any country, you should have the right to decide what you want to do. I shouldn't be forced to raise anyone's child because the state feels like this is what's beneficial. Oh, we need to be producing more children. Oh, there's such a loss in reproduction. We don't have money. There's no finances for reproduction. Like, this is why you go and you get an abortion, because I don't have
just like how you said we shouldn't be forced to raise other people's kids, we shouldn't be forced to pay for other people's abortions, because half the country, they don't believe in abortions, whether that's for scientific reasons, for religious reasons, and we should respect that, right? If you want to go get a procedure, then you should be able to pay for it. Do you agree?
I agree with her I 100% agree with her. I feel like if this is something that you want to do, every action has a reaction. Everything you do is going to have a outcome. You should pay for your abortion. Unless it has to do with medical or something horrible that it has to be done, I feel like you should be responsible for your own body, because you are responsible for your own choices. Therefore, you should be responsible for your own body as well. That's my opinion. I feel like that. I agree with both of them. I feel like your body, your choice. I feel like your body, your choice. That don't mean I support your choice, but it's your body. You probably don't support my choices. I guarantee you don't support my choice. I guarantee you don't support that I'm a thicker person than you. I guarantee you don't support that my hair is not straight. I guarantee you don't support a lot of stuff, which is fine. I do not care. But with that being said, I provide what I eat. I provide how my hair looks. I provide. So therefore, I can do what I want. So if you're going to do what you want, you should provide. So either way, if you become a parent, you should provide. If you decide on abortion, you should provide. I don't think it's a tax problem unless it's a medical problem, something that is dire need to be done, or if it's, and when I say medical, I mean physically and mentally, because sometimes it's rape victims and sometimes it's molestation and all that, and it's not good for their mental, then I believe you should do it. If you just out here having sex with whoever you want to have sex with and you laid up with somebody and that was your choice and you got pregnant, it's up to you two. Okay? I feel like it's up to you two. If you're not going to be a great parent, I get what you're saying, but did you think that before you did it? Did you think that before you laid back and you said, we don't need a condom, we don't need birth control, we don't need planning? I feel like there's so many options to not get pregnant. It's too many options. It's too many options not to get pregnant. I'm sorry. I feel that way. But I think it's the responsibility of those two people. We are adults, and even if you're a teenager, if you think you're old enough to lay back, you're old enough to take responsibility for what you've done.
Not necessarily.
Or somebody else should pay for it.
Now you put me up in the air, because saying that we're paying for a procedure is like, you want to get a BBL and my taxpayer dollars are paying for your silicone. That's different.
How is it different?
As opposed to be me being a 14-year-old girl in the Bronx who's gone through any kind of molestation, rape, anything. You really don't know what.
Okay, I believe.
And I need to abort this baby, and I don't have the right to, or I don't have the funds to, or I don't have the means to at all. Nowhere to go. There's no Planned Parenthood. There's no Medicaid. There's no anything that's beneficial to a younger youth, especially someone who's afraid to go to their parent. You can't go through your insurance. It's a lot. So to me, there's a difference in that.
If you can't go to your parent about it and you're afraid of doing, don't.
Pay for doctors who should be paid more because they literally save lives every day.
I 100% that. Believe doctors and teachers should be the richest people in our country.
On the streets, who are literally legally obligated to do so.
I also think doctors should determine what they do based on your insurance.
The billions that we just supported in the Ukraine.
Every Planned Parenthood has donors as well, because they're a 501c3. So if you want to donate to Planned Parenthood, that's totally fine. You do that with your consent. But the issue that I think a lot of Americans have is that they don't believe in abortion, or they just don't believe in paying for other people's medical business, and they're being forced to through taxpayer dollars. So it's really interesting because since 2010, prenatal care has been down for 80% since 2010. At Planned Parenthood. Adoption referrals. So this is why this is research straight from their yearly report of 2022 to 2023, I believe it is. And so they're a 501c3. They have to tell us what they do every single year. So this is straight.
Which should be any union corporation. If we are paying
$10
towards you, I I need to know that you are doing the job and doing it correctly.
Right.
That's
But let me continue.
She's
to
talking
tell
about
you.
abortion, though,
STI
girl,
testing
but
and treatment
okay.
down 15% since 2019. Client numbers down overall 34% since 2006.
Nobody has insurance. I don't
yeah.
have insurance.
Donors
And that's
down
called
21%. Contraceptives down 44%, breast screenings, manual breast exams down over 80%, and you mentioned adoption. They commit 228 abortions for every one adoption referral.
That's
so
a
why are
lot.
they getting so much more money yet all of their services are going down?
The services are going down because people are afraid. Women.
What are they afraid of?
Women don't know. They don't know what they're exposing their bodies to. A lot of people, especially behind abortion, there's a stigma that if you get an abortion.
We're not going to say that women don't know what they're exposing their bodies to. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to sit here and agree with that. I keep looking over here. I'm sorry. I keep looking over here because my light is over here. But we're not going to say they don't know what to do with their own body. Again, if you don't know what you're doing, you shouldn't be doing it. Am I bugging? If you don't know what you're doing, you should not be doing it. I don't know how to drive. Yeah, I don't know how to drive. I'm not going to drive. I have vertigo. I can't drive. I'm not going to drive. I don't know how to start I don't know how to start a company. I usually, usually stray away from stuff I don't know how to do. You can try, especially when it comes to companies. I was just saying that. But stuff I don't know how to do, I don't do. So if I don't understand my body, if I don't understand what happens after sex, if you don't understand what happens after sex, sex is for reproduction. In my opinion. Is it pleasurable? Yes. My opinion, sex is for reproduction. So therefore, if you're not ready to reproduce, don't have sex. Or better yet, have protected sex. Crazy, right? Protected sex. Crazy. We have condoms. We have birth controls, plenty of birth controls. You want to be injected? Cool. You want to put something in your vagina? Cool. You want to take a pill? Cool. You want to take a plan B because you ain't want to do none of that? Cool. This should not force me because you got pleasure. I'm not. It's like baby showers to me. Like, if I go to one of your baby showers, congratulations. I go to your baby shower, it's a blessing. Don't invite me to 3 or 4 baby showers. Now I'm supporting your habits. Nah, sweetheart. I'm not going to go to every single one of your baby showers. I am very happy for you. You are very blessed. I need you to be very healthy. I hope the child is very healthy. I hope you have a beautiful life. It's not my job to provide you every time you get pregnant. Cockroaches get pregnant. So I'm not going to provide you every time you get pregnant. And it's not my job. And I'm not saying everyone does that. But I'm not going to provide you for every baby shower. I'm definitely going to congratulate you because that is a blessing. Let's not take away from it. I'm not going to provide you. I'm not going to provide you a goddamn thing. It's not my job. Don't you got a phone? Isn't it a phone? You got family, right? I'm not it.
And you can never have a child again, so it's like a definitive decision. And this is the whole
There's a chance that you can't because your uterus can be perforated, but their abortions are going up. So they used to have this slogan where they said safe, legal, and rare. That's what we want. Safe, legal, and rare abortions until it was exposed that a lot of these facilities were requiring abortion quotas. So the more abortions each facility did, the more praise that they would get. They would get awards. And so it's really interesting. That doesn't really make it seem like they want safe, legal, and rare abortions.
That's not safe.
As a New Yorker and a woman, I will say I have never gotten an email that was promoting an abortion, that was saying if you need this, it is safe. This is something that we offer as a city, as insurance,
I never got no email like that either, but
as any kind of taxpayer, as any kind of beneficiary of what it is that we're paying towards. So from there, it's like taxpayer money. We don't know where the this money goes at all. Any of us, honestly, unless you're really into your politics and you're digging in the books. Like,
no, I'm into it because that's a lot of money being taken,
I'm sure it's a lot
and
of money.
it looks like it's going toward abortions. Which, why, if they're called Planned Parenthood, why are they not making it so that you are planning your parenthood, not just then ending it with an abortion?
Baby, how much money is Planned Parenthood supposed to give you every month, every 2 months, every 3 months for a child? The child
I don't
care
think
tax
she's
doesn't even
listening.
cover
That's kind of
child
annoying.
care.
Like, you should
They
listen
don't
to
do
both
that,
sides.
but
Listen to the
pregnancy
girl like
resource
she
centers
listens
do.
to you.
Absolutely not. You're going to get a portion of the funding that you need. Similac a can is $43. $43 for Similac. In New York City on 126th Street, you're already paying $2,500 in rent to stay wherever you are. God forbid you don't have food stamps or WIC. Without any kind of governmental support, people would literally be like offing themselves because there's nothing else that
I
you
don't know
can
if
do.
you're gonna off
You
yourself.
can drop your
People
child off
have
at a fire safety.
raised 15 kids.
Just leave them.
Why don't we do that? Because there are over 2 million families waiting to adopt in America.
How many people can you think, or are you going to assume, would literally abandon their children with no repercussions from the state?
No, it's called safe haven baby boxes. We're at a fire station or hospital. You can leave your baby and the mother doesn't have to do anything with it. But that's better than killing her baby through abortion, right?
No, ma'am.
It's not better to give your baby up to a family who wants them instead of killing them?
No, ma'am. I've seen so many stories and countless, literally, like countless stories. My grandmother used to teach health and safety classes for people who wanted to become daycare providers. And we've seen so many instances where it's just, I can understand, I could love you today, I love you to death, you're my baby. But as a teen mom, as a mom who's on her own, you have no support. You constantly have to provide. You're here day to day, day in and out. It's just, it's crying, it's screaming, it's crying. You have nowhere to turn to.
You chose that.
Now I stand
You
you up and
chose
I
that,
shake
shorty.
you. And I kill you. When I could have just not had you in the first place because it was never my plan.
You think that teen moms who struggle will end up killing their children after they're born?
Girl.
I'm trying to follow along with your story
I'm
here.
saying that there's a higher percentage of people who murder their children on accident out of frustration because they don't have the support, especially in communities like this where there's no funding, where there's no programs, where we don't have
shaken baby syndrome, where they shake their baby.
It could be SIDS, but SIDS still also applies to you even laying your baby down on their back and they turn over the wrong direction. They will literally pass away.
Well, yeah, but that's like a death that was going.
True,
it was.
but
It's not. It was. It was.
No.
But what is preventable?
Is death SIDS is not preventable.
Well, actually, a large percentage of the children who die from SIDS.
They shouldn't be talking over each
vaccine
other.
the same
That's
day.
gonna
So
cause
that's
the
another
issue.
thing.
Do
That's
not
a whole
talk over
There's
each
a
other.
whole other topic with the vaccine.
But I will say to
SIDS
you,
is
like,
sudden infant death syndrome, and there have been over 80% of infants who have passed away from it, and it's simply from not laying your baby on their back to sleep.
and that's horrible. But I mean, 1 million babies are also dying a year from abortion.
Again, don't know that. You can die. What's the percentage of women dying from birth? For children that they don't even want, or the men don't even want, who are already refusing to provide for them prior to them even being born.
Again, this is the person you chose. You chose that person.
Put my body through this
You
entirely different
chose
experience.
that
So at
person.
the
I
end
don't
of it, give
understand
them
what
up
the
and go
problem is.
home like nothing ever happened. That doesn't make sense to me. As opposed to you being put to sleep, boop boop, take the baby out. It's like you start over.
You don't, because we see post-abortive women and how they deal with abortion, and their chance of
not
turning
everyone.
toward drugs and alcohol skyrockets. They have
I didn't know that.
What percentage is that? What percentage is that?
Well, I don't have the exact
Exactly my
percentage,
point,
but I believe
you
it
have
goes
the
up
percentage for the-
150%.
And boot there, girl. And you had the facts.
Do you
for
know
the
what
women,
happens
but
in
you
an
had the
abortion?
facts. Yes.
What happens in an
That
abortion?
They literally suck the life out of you. They're gonna take the whole baby out.
I've
And
seen
as they
abortion,
should, because I
and
shouldn't be a
it's
taxpayer paying
more
child
than that.
support and food
It's-
stamps
gosh.
and WIC for
You
women
should be a
who
taxpayer
Something-
paying for abortions?
Exactly.
I think
And
if they
for a
wanna
woman
stop
who
it,
didn't
show them
want
the
no
video.
baby in the first place, that doesn't make sense to me. If you told me from the get-go, I can't do this. I don't have the funds. I make $20 an hour in McDonald's, and I live with my mother, and I'm pregnant with twins, and the father told me he doesn't want them.
Why is that the baby's fault?
Exactly my point. You think I should still follow through with this pregnancy?
Yes. New York money.
Why?
Because that baby has a life.
That's dumb. Bring 2 more kids into this world that nobody wants.
I want them.
That are 80%. How? You gonna take everybody's baby?
Yes,
that's
I will.
80%, baby. That are 80% more likely to get put into the system, molested.
Where is that statistic from?
Girl. With no parents, what do you think the likeliness is of you being molested? Let's Google that right now. Literally. Because your stats
that's not the fault of pro-lifers, though. That's the
fault
of people that are molesters.
People who are not pro-life. That's the
people that are not pro-life want abortions.
Exactly. That's the people who are pro-life, because you can say
they're getting offensive. This is not gonna be good.
You before you're here,
this girl from Harlem.
Give a about
and
you
her tone is really. I'm not talking about the interviewer.
Who's gonna say,
the other lady, she's getting too.
This was never on my plate.
You decided it when you laid down.
She's getting too hype, y'all. She's getting too hype. This is not gonna be good.
This man already told you I don't want this baby. I don't.
She's getting offensive from the conversation. I think she's losing the conversation if she doesn't like it.
My dad didn't want me, but my mom didn't kill me just because my dad didn't want me.
But that's her choice.
No, it wasn't her choice.
That is
because
her
it's
choice.
that was my body inside of her body.
Abortion.
I wouldn't have been safe because I would have died. How is an abortion safe if a baby dies?
An embryo.
Yeah, an embryo of what?
Of nothing, really.
Of a human.
No,
it's just a stage of human development.
You do not even have any kind of limbs yet. You don't even feel physical.
Some people that are born don't have limbs.
A lot of abortions, they have
limbs. What you're doing. You need to
cut the
just
limbs
protect
and they
yourself
take
if
out
you can.
piece by
And
piece.
honestly, don't have babies with people who don't want to have babies with you. Because people.
But when you're pregnant, you already have a baby.
That you need to be pro-life, and you don't. Don't ever sit here and.
Did I hear the ambulance?
With a man who already told
This
you he
usually
doesn't
very
want to be
quiet,
with
so
you.
I agree with
crazy
you.
is happening.
I'm not disagreeing with you either. I understand.
You don't get to kill the baby just because their dad didn't want them.
You can.
Should we kill the kids in foster care? And
why not? Why not? If that's the case,
we should kill the kids in foster.
She lost me. She lost me. She has her points. She lost me. She lost me. She lost me. If there was a debate, like, she lost me. She lost me. I now am on the interviewer side because a lot of stuff she said I agree with, but that is, I don't even have a word for it. I just can't see it. That's horrible. She said, yes, we should kill the kids. I don't think we should kill no humans. No human being, live human beings, animals, any of that. I don't think we should. I don't think she lost me out. She lost. I can't even get my mind together. I can't even get my words together. She lost me there. She said, yeah, we should kill the kids in foster care. She lost me. I no longer agree with anything she says because her mindset is I would have to walk away from this debate because after those words, I'm no longer talking to a logical person and I can't do it. So we're going to finish this, but that was a harsh thing to say. That was harsh. And she works for Children Aid Society. She does not work for Children Aid Society no more. You can't say shit like that.
Care that aren't wanted.
Who's going to take care of them? I need to know the percentage of people who take children from foster care and abuse them and molest them, who make them like personal slaves.
We should just kill them.
Statistics before you come to me talking about
I should
kill the victims of molestation. A child.
What does this have to do with molestation?
You just mentioned people molesting children. We should kill the kids in foster care is what you said.
What I'm saying is, in general, overall, if I don't want to have a baby, I should have the choice to.
Just don't have sex then.
I agree both of
That's
them.
not even logical.
Both.
It is. It is.
Who are you, Nancy?
I sound dumb.
You
sound
do.
dumb as-
She's being
Okay.
It
she's being a
does,
bitch
because
now.
even as teens, people explore. And
You
if
don't have
they
to
get
quote
20
her. I
and
mean,
20,
she is
people should still
provoking,
have the
but
choice. I don't give a
not
if,
to the
if
point
it's,
that she's
oh no,
becoming
oh it was a mistake
disupset.
today.
Walk away.
Oh my God, I
Do you
don't
believe in
have
God?
the option to get
Do you
an
believe in God?
abortion?
Do you believe in God?
Yes,
Do you believe God makes mistakes?
yes,
He does.
of course. Everybody makes mistakes.
But God is perfect. Are you a Christian?
I never said that.
Are you a
as
Christian?
a
I would
Christian,
never
God
say
is
that.
Are you a
perfect.
Christian?
My family's Christian.
So you're not a Christian.
I guess.
You guess what?
Based off of what's going on and I guess my lineage is Christian. I wouldn't say
Okay.
that my full belief is a Christian belief. There's no abortion. You have to stay married. If you're pregnant with that man, you have to be married. There's so many restrictions
Off
and
back that she was
restrictions
very
when it
Christian
comes
to
to
have sex
religion.
anyway. I'm just saying, not saying everybody
There's a
Christian,
reason
everybody
for
can be
that,
Christian,
because it
but
protects
we are
people.
going by
But that's dumb
what
as
we're taught.
because religion
We're not
is
supposed
all
to be having sex.
hearsay, baby. All you listening to is a Bible that somebody else told you, somebody else wrote. This
Nobody
is all
told
like-
me. I've
This
literally
girl,
encountered
literally.
God.
So you spoke to God and he told you everything in the Bible.
Well,
Shut the f up.
he
You
first
sound
spoke
dumb
to me.
You sound dumb as
She's getting
Listen,
offensive.
there's a thing
Walk away,
called
sweetheart.
cosmopolitanism.
Just say thank you.
Which literally is saying there's this one big glorious story that combines all of the religions.
Getting
Because
offensive.
if you read
Sweetheart, interviewer, just
the Bible,
leave.
you can search into Buddhism,
You can see her eyebrows going
being a
down and everything.
Muslim,
She's getting
anything that you
offensive.
need. They all kind of provide the same story in a different version. But it's still all hearsay. It's all hearsay. It's all, my auntie told me. My niece
My
told
auntie
me.
didn't tell me.
My auntie told me. You think these biblical writings are all just what? Off the brick? Like you can't be that naive.
There
I
are
see
over
that you're a
40
smart
men
woman.
that actually
Come
wrote
on
the
now.
Bible.
Oh my God, you one of those. You
That's
stand
just
on
the
20
history.
with the-
That's just the
It's not.
history of
It's not.
Jesus Christ
It's
and the
not.
Bible.
It's not. We started from
So
Pangea.
what does the
We started from
Bible
Pangea.
say about human
It's
life?
The Big Bang Theory. Our entire life
She's
is
becoming
science
so
and math, and I think
offensive.
you're
As a
an
person from
atheist,
New
you
York,
don't
from
think it
Harlem
is.
You
here,
went from saying that
just
my
leave
uncle
her.
was a
Let
kid to
her,
laughing at
let her
it.
be
I'm
mad
so
on her
mad. I
own.
think
Because
that
You
your
did.
point of view
the lady in the
is
brown
very
is becoming
obstructed, and I
offensive, and
think
it's
that
just a
you just don't
conversation.
understand the magnitude
she
of
doesn't like
having a child.
when her beliefs
I'm not the
are
one who admitted they
questioned.
would be
And
okay
it
with killing
shows.
babies in foster care and killing children that have been
It
abused.
shows she
the
doesn't
point.
like
What
when her
I'm
beliefs.
saying-
Oh my God! Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Babe, I said she needed to walk away. There's no reason to put your hands on nobody ever. There's no reason to put your hands on nobody. If they don't agree with your beliefs, there's no reason to put your hand on anybody. No one should be so upset by someone else's belief or someone not agreeing with your belief that you should put your hands on anybody. You work for the children and your society. What are you going to teach these children? If someone don't agree with you, punch them. That means ready to fight. I felt like it was signs that she was getting defensive and the interviewer should just walked away. I don't think the interviewer thought she'll put hands on her. I didn't even think she'll put hands on her. Everything she said means absolutely nothing. Everything she said, all her statistics, all her beliefs, all what she was talking about means absolutely nothing now. It means nothing. Based on her reaction, on her savage reaction, it means nothing. We have to learn how to use our words. We have to learn to just, if you don't agree with somebody's thought span or beliefs, you don't have to stay. You never have to put your hands on nobody. We are grown people. Even if you're a kid, this is not your first choice to do. Is to put your hand on somebody. Because now you assaulted her and everything you was talking about means absolutely nothing. Everything you was talking about. You got offensive because this girl had her facts ready. She was doing an interview on this. Of course she got her facts ready. So because she don't believe in what you believe in, you think that's the perfect time to put your hands on her? I'm so embarrassed to know I'm from there.
Oh my God.
Who's running? Oh gosh. Everything she said means nothing. Whatever she's saying, they took away the sound, wasn't me.
She just punched me in the face. We were just doing a street interview with my camera and everything was fine for over 20 minutes or however long we were filming, and then she just punched me in the face.
Oh my gosh, she's Whew, people. No matter what it is, it's not worth it. No matter what it is, it's not worth it. It's not worth it, y'all. It's not worth it. It's everything she said, everything she felt, everything she spoke on means absolutely nothing now. Her words mean absolutely nothing. No one's going to remember anything she said. Everybody's going to remember every action she makes. See, every action has a reaction. Every action she made. Oh. There's no reason to ever put your hands on anybody. I'm just going to leave it like that. Like, comment, subscribe. Leave a comment at the bottom. Again, we don't have to agree with each other, but we have to respect each other. Okay? This is my final opinion. We don't have to agree with each other, but we have to respect each other. Eye for eye will make you blind, right? There's no reason to put your hands on nobody. There's no reason to feel like if a person is not where you want them to be, I guess, I don't know. She was raised with both parents and none of them told her to keep her fucking hands to herself. Nobody? I was raised with one parent, brothers. My mother told me to keep my hands to myself if I might get hit back. You saw somebody who was not going to hit you back. Now, if somebody hit her ass back, she would have been calling the cops. She would have, you know what? Y'all like, comment, subscribe. We're going to definitely do some more of these videos. That was outrageous. That was outrageous. Thanks for staying to the end, y'all. Appreciate y'all. And y'all have a great day, all right? Bye.